Hi everybody, good afternoon. I'm doing quick. It took me time to do this room, also some Python scripts, and to find a better way to solve it. I think let's start it. I hope it helps someone in case. Rabbitmq. At the same time, I saw TryHackMe. They release a defensive certificate that gets you hired. I'm not sure about how I feel about it, but in any case, that's discussion for another time. No, let's start this rabbit hole. This is very strange room. So first scan minus A as unit and IP. The IP of the room is 224.12. As we start the first thing, as always, whenever I start the room, I just copy the IP and go to what's that? And it sees redirecting the cloud, so you don't need to go fancy here. So you can say just straight vmit is a host and say okay, is redirecting to cloud side of TryHackMe. You can say okay, we done with that. So because sometimes whenever you see this, you can talk about subdomain or something. You need to then there is these two ports, the EP, the 4369. We can go to our friend Nmap to get nmap minus sc minus sv, especially that port 4369. That's a well-known port is Rabbit. That's why the room is called Rabbit. So usually whenever there is cloud site like that, the domain, you need to do recon for the subdomains. But before you do that, you can see if I click login here, it's already take me to another subdomain. So sometimes you don't need to spend too much on it because it's already give you the answer. So you don't want to go all of it. So you can just get here storage.cloud site TryHackMe. So you don't need to, because here it already gave you the answers. So you don't need to go looking for subdomains or something, at least for the first recon. So this is the epmd port, Erlang port map Daemon. If you go to our tricks, they talk about it. This port 4369, and one thing you can do about it, you can try this one. So we can try that one in the meantime and say, okay, what we get, what it give us. So if I go there, say 1010, 224, and we have 12, and it tell you name rabbit at port. So we name there's a name and there's a connection. Of course, when you read about this rabbit things, rabbitmq. So what we can attack about it, this one will tell you this manual, we have automatic, then we have the cookie RCE, we need it later on. We can get, if we can get a cookie, there's an RCE for it. There's something I didn't try, didn't work for me, the cracking of the cookie. Then local connection, this is one here inside the box. We can always talk about the cookie, and then we have metas exploit and also need a cookie. So everything is about cookie. Whenever you are recording, there is a login form before you do SQL injection. Something you can see, we have a sign up here. We should give you the idea. So if I sign up now, say j1 at local.com, say tell me use 6 sign. Of course, when you do something, if you have that plugin, I don't have it, it will tell you it's an express application or Python enter, so you know what type of application is this. It's Node.js and Express. That plugin, I have it in my computer, not in the attack box. I don't think is in. So if we go to network, let's do network. Before I didn't. We're supposed to register. We have a network. I don't. It's good to start that. Start. Let's make it bigger. not that you here. Let's go back normal. Of course, when you do this, of course, you can go to page source as always, see any GS. This is a normal style page, use GS at the bottom. The query, the pop-up, the boost, the main GS, maybe it's no, there's nothing on it. Then there is a register GS. Register yes, register, and then there's nothing special about it. We know it's called an API, so that's interesting. So we know there is an API in the storage cloud. So before we jump, usually something like that, we can go to go Basta. Let's make this bigger. So you can go to Basta, direct MySU, HTTP. What's the domain? I just copy now. And then it's in my word list, user share word list, the Basta directory to medium. While you playing music with me, mute it. So we have a GS, CS, something. We will not pick up the API here. The API, because it's not a folder, it's a root. So you can know there's an API register here. So one thing we can do is, we're not interested in this. There's nothing special there, but we can call it here. Can we get no? Can we get the API endpoint? And interesting, we have a login, register. Login we know, register we know. We know there's a doc and we know there is an upload. That's interesting. So if I come back here and just take that one, always put in network when you deal with APIs so we can know what is calling. So if I say API docs, what it tell me? Tell me access denied. That's fine. And then if I go to upload, inspect, network, we know there's another endpoint called upload. Upload is a message, there is token story, and this one there is access denied. So okay, that's fine. So we can continue. We already registered, so we can log in now. If we look as I did J1, so local.com and password J, and then we can see it tell me, sorry, this service is only for internal user working with organization. If we look here, it's not calling anything new. The main we know it, the log out, and that's it. There is a script GS. What that's inside the GS folder. Did we check this one? What exactly this one do? No, this one is not really remove active filter button hidden. What were you hiding? Filter name, log out something. That's not interesting for us. But of course, now you go to the storage, you think there's a cookie or something, and then you have JWT token. So we can go to JWT token, accept. We go to the famous site that we always use, and here where things get accept all, just accept. You see, we have email. Let's say I forgot one of the page I want to show you. I did remove. I need to check my quickly. Give me a second. I need to pause this quickly. Hi guys, I'm back. I just because I was looking for a link for this the website API testing because now for example here will start things getting out of hand. Remember we have also that JWT tools that the tool we use. I spent time on this one. Basically, you can spend time in here. There's a JWT tool that's usually for API testing that can help you and all of that. And even it talk about methodology. Where is that methodology? Hold on. Don't freeze on me. So we have a playbook. No, not well. Where it tell you check for example or the attack methodology for example. Um, Find the token at test page. Is it required? Is it checked? For example, if here we can see now this one doesn't ask for the token, but this one asks for the token. So track for HMAC in our case is not HMAC. We have an HS256, and will tell us signature. We don't have the signature. That's another problem. You can set the algorithm to none. I try this algorithm to none. I try all. You can see all of them. Nothing work with them. At least I didn't try all of them, but most of the classic. Even TryHackMe room where you put um, change the algorithm to none, remove the signature, don't submit the signature, and all of that. Basically, nothing work, and that's why all of us basically in Discord we're stuck these things. Now, if you go API testing, I think you need to start to do Podsware, guys. It have a lot of information and beta things. If you follow this document and all of that, and identify API endpoint, interacting with API endpoint, and if I supported method like we did, like for example here, not that one. We'll come back to it later on. Supported content type, finding hidden parameter, and then it tell you mass assignment vulnerability, identify hidden parameter. So basically it said, for example, consider API user request which able user to update their username and email and include the JSON. And then you have a get request. This is and it means we can add stuff in the request. So this is what mass assignment vulnerability and define hidden parameter. So the idea in this room, because we submit the email when we register, so now we need to go back, and now let's log out, and let's say sign up again. So we know when we signing up, we have nah, I did a mistake again. So if I do now j2 at local.com and I sign up to JNIL, so my network tab, I need it. Let's go to my network tab. It tell me you register the register. Now if I send edit, you can do this with burp. I'm just today I'm just mixing things. If we go back to the browser, it say we always send in the email. We send in the email value and we send in a password. Now depending on testing, it said look for hidden parameters. Now the application, we know the hidden parameter is subscription and it tell inactive. So the question is, can we control this if the application, because remember now, you can try all of this, signated, all of that, nothing works. So we don't need to waste time on this because they don't work. So if we go back now, so the question is, can I add something else here? So for example, can I say, because I'm not active, so can I do this? But I can just change it to active. Because we only create J2, let me go back to this. I'm creating this new user with this, and let's hopefully this parameter depend of this API testing will work, and we can like is admin false. So now if I send this request, let me send this request, response will say to me user registered successfully. So now let's go back to my, and let's log in now. If I sign now with the email I create now, now we suppose password. Now we are welcome to secure file storage. Now we are different. So if I go now to storage and get a cookie, Control C, if I go to this, it's changed to active. So it means this application it has hidden parameter we can use. That's a thing that took whole weekend. Any case. So now you can use burp. You can intercept because the same as browser. You can intercept stuff in the browser. Same you intercept in burp. You can use burp for this. So now if I come here, there's no. Let's go to our network. See, when we came to here to this page, we can see the upload endpoint, the logout. The new parameter that we can see that calling in the network. We have the upload. We have a new script here called custom script.active.js. Oh, well, we can see this response, the script, our friendly script here. Now you have logout API. We have that. Then we have function to handle response data and display. For 6 overall. We're looking for the endpoints. We have API upload. We have we have something new. API store URL we can extend because it means there is a URL here and there is the form to upload there. So we have this endpoint, interesting endpoint. And then nothing special about it, but at least we know where we stand in here. Okay, so we have these two scripts, they tell us. So let's go back to that. Now we have the upload file. If you scroll down, it tell you that file extensions are removed for security reasons. So basically, if you upload something like that, even if you look, for example, even if if you upload an image or something, even if a bev JSON, what is this? They just upload this. It doesn't check anything. It just say image upload and it tell you this. So if you upload a shell, it doesn't work. So you think you're stuck in this one and say what I can do with this, but this I think this is a dead end to think you can get shell through this. I don't think it's possible. The interesting part is this, it's a URL. When you find as a URL, it's always what I call SSRI, because you can always test it, because can you say you can always come to your computer and create a quick server Python 3.9 -m HTTP server, and you can just call your IP to confirm if anything interested in 1010. What's my IP? 41.103. 41.103. Port is 8000. I can just call anything. Test. Doesn't matter. If I do that, let's see if it called it first. It called it. File, message file not found. Get test. So we know it's calling out. Yeah, that's but what exactly? Let's test something serious. Let's this what I did. Let's say vim shell.php. No, just say PHP. And it's not PHP. We're in Python. Yeah, let's test. Let's not do it. Let's say vim shell.txt file, just txt file to test. Hi, I am here, because to show it it's not working. If we do even shell.txt, let's try shell.txt. What exactly the text? It doesn't, because it doesn't run. So we can say you download something and it tell you, look now, we can see it's going to the API that we found, upload. The API, let's close there. We're not searching. HTTP. What exactly is there? It get the text, but it you can see it calling the but because I think it killed the extension. You can see it renamed the file. Um, so I'm not sure if you can run it, and you think you make a shell through it. Uh, this is it's a Node.js Express application. Where is that plugin that I have it in my computer that tell you what application is written for? Because from the code, when you see the APIs and all of that, it's a GS thingy. Usually, the application will run in a 5000 port. Remember when we did the scan? Let's confirm something quickly before we confuse everybody. We find the 25672 port and we find the 4369, and you normally there's another port is no, not normally. This is the access for the what they call that, 25672 is the web access for the Rabbitmq. So let's do something to show you something. If I go now, and because now we're doing, where is that thing again? Because we assume it's on localhost, so we can just say HTTP localhost, and we know the port of it, it's this. Let's confirm if this is exist. Did it change? 7, let's make sure we are, no, 1CB, it's the same thing. Didn't submit. HTTP local upload from URL. What's wrong with localhost? 127.0.0.1. Error storing the file from URL path undefined. Really? HTTP localhost and then the port. Why you tell me undefined? Something is not right. What? Sort URL. Storing file from error. Miss error sorting file from error. Why? Okay, port 80. So you have problem with the other port too, that's fine. So 80 working to 5672, you have problem with it. What exactly the port 25672? It's very strange why I had it before and it worked fine. Okay, let's bypass. Remember we said the application is Node.js. Usually this application run in port 3000. So let's see what's inside the 3000. We're lucky that the room creator didn't want to make it complex for us. We need to look for that port. What's inside this port? Can't get. $3,000 is supposed to be the main one, storage cloud side, because if I understand correctly the way this application, do you think he's just playing with me with the names? Let's try this one. No, it's the same things. EE. Can't get. The reason why we're doing this, because remember this, it said access denied. It mean it only it look like it's only from localhost. So the API docs endpoint should maybe I'm doing it wrong. If it's a 3000, so if I'm calling it from usually they call it app.py, so that's the Python one. I don't think it's there. Now I'm getting confused. $145. What we got here? Can't get that one. Okay, can you get API docs? Okay, he got API docs for the. Let's come back to this now. I'm getting confused now. Why my other port doesn't work? Why that port doesn't the 25672? Why can't get a Rabbit1? Index.html. File path undefined. You're kidding me. Okay, let's not waste too much time. Okay, this is the one that was supposed to be denied. It said the post request, API register, login, upload, story URL, and then we have this new one, get request, upload, dashboard. We know all of them. We have a new one, is this one. Let's try this one. If we done from download, let's just test this one, what it say. Fetch API chatbot. Let's see what response this one will give us. Four of a method not allowed, so cool. So we can just, if it's a method not allowed, so you can just say edit URL and say what option we have. If we send option reply, we said you can do allow get, head, and post, but the get is already tell us method not allowed for whatever reason. Now suddenly the head is, sometimes you can trick up the API with the plain not allowed, so we left with the post, and then it posted you server internal error. Usually server internal error is when server received data is not recognized. If you look, for example, now we're using the same we're using the way that it was sending, like look, for example, now accept. First of all, we don't know what we're sending, and then if we assume the way this application worked from the beginning, from always is doing something very the same thing. uh, why the request is always JSON. So the first thing you know, so all this application is always sending a JSON request. So the idea, because if you look here and we find it said 7 an error, it means it received data that doesn't recognize. So I can just say content type, and you can just say, how about if I said application JSON? So if it's a JSON application, can you accept it? Now if I go there, he said yes, he did the okay. So we are fine there. So if I go to response, it said error, username parameter is required. So we are not sending anything because we're doing JSON. So we can just send what we username. So we can do that things. Then we can do how you do that JSON again? The two bracket. So username, and we can do. Am I doing it right like that? And then I'm getting confused now. What is that? The one when the one I logged into with before, it's got. Let's test it. The username. I'm getting. Let's call it test. Well, we can use our own username we log with. So it was jlocal. I don't think we need to have that two bracket there. Let's see that. No, that's not a JSON format. Bad request. Yeah, JSON should be. No, I'm getting I'm getting seriously confused with this JSON. Bad request. What? How the JSON is? How the JSON is supposed to be? What is my docs? I got confused now. Where is my what bracket and the dot? I forgot about them. Username test, and then we can lock it. I forgot the JSON. Yeah, supposed to be that one. Bad request. Username dot content type application JSON. Let me see, is it a bed request here or bed request that side? Okay, username is not there. Why my this is, we'll use it now. Content type application JSON. This is how a username before I do it. Two bracket dot. Like sometimes when you don't see, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't. Oh, you don't. Only one of them. You don't do two. I forgot. Test. Let's see that one. Sorry. So you can put anything in the name you just reflected. Sorry, as our chatbot survey currently under development. When you see something like that, when you put the value and it reflects there, the first thing you come is SSTI, and the SSTI you can just do that. You can do any multiplication. Let's say 10 multiplied by 10, and you say equal, and we have 100. So we know it's an SSTI. So let's do it in two ways. Let's do the automatic way first, the lazy way. The lazy way, we can use what TryHackMe did in this server-side template. We can use this one. Here the time is moving. This room is confusing. Let's do that. We're done of this, so we got the APIs. So let's do that. cd SSTI. And then Python 3.9 pipe. I don't mess it up. Pipe install minus r, not Python. Pipe install minus r requirement. Let it run what he's doing. Now for a command, let's be clear. The command is can't install. Well, no, for it to work, we need the cookie. The cookie will put it now. Let me just take the first part of it. So we can, I will explain just now. Give me a second. Let's get our cookie before we get logged out. Our cookie is in storage. Let's copy this value. Then if I go there, and before we waste, sorry, no, it will not work. I need to explain it first. Now, before we do that, I want to start MSF console MySQL, so we need it later, so it doesn't waste time for it. So this is the application. Within sitemap, we called our API, the API we have. We suspecting it has SSTI. Minus impulse, you have a cut, it's JSON. The data we suspect, we know it's a username, it does star, so it means test this parameter. Data type is JSON. The cookie, we have our cookie. Now let's tell him to do his job, and he found it. So OS shell, OS, we can do eval, we can do that. So we can do, for example, a quick test OS cmd who am I. And we have the user. Now we can, what's the name of that OS shell? We can do this os does shell. So we can do os the shell. Let's see if we can get shell. And we got the shell. We can who am I? Amazon. So you can go to pwd and can say go out. No, let's see what's hidden in this file. -la. That's the chatbot py file. You can say go back. We can do there, and then oh my, where's the why not? Oh, this is shell is not stable. You need to go to home Israel directory. No, directly is like pw. Why you can't go out of that shell? Is I'm typing it correctly. Azrael. I don't know why I'm not able to this shell. At least we can go. You can. This is one option you can do. You can play around it here, so it's fine. Or you can just use the command of it, because remember it has. You can call OS. hours command like we did before or something. So we can get shell automatically this way. So that's one option to do it. The next option we can always use, there's a couple of them you can play with them. I have a find, thanks to Grug AI, that the Twitter one, give me a different option. We can play all of them. You can play, for example, we can use the built-in eval. We can use, let's use, for example, here I can test who am I. Let's test the one by one so we can know everyone working. So where we are now, which one? It's like I'm confused now. Where's the network one? Oh, the network one. We can, guys, you can do burp. If, it's like I'm not a friend of burp today. Let's try something different. So we can just put this one there, username and send. Bad request. Oh no, you just copy the whole thing. And we can get who am I. So we got that one work. You can test one by one. That one work. We can read etc password. We can just copy that. I'll put this one, the links for these commands, and then we got the name of the file. Let's get rob so we can see the users. There's a user called Rabbitmq, but he has var library and user binary. The home, it's in var library. Where is and us? Where is this user Israel? Where is he? Oh, this is home Israel, and then we have he has binary bash. This one doesn't. He has no login. Rabbitmq. And funny enough, so we can get that one. Of course, you can try the others. For example, using because everyone has this one to use eval, use with this one use get flash, because we know that the application is Flask. You can know the Flask. I can crash it now. For example, we can do this username. See if we want to crash that. If you do, just throw it like that. No, not that one. Just give it that and play with it to crash it. Now we crashed it. You can see, if we go and try, you can see the error. You see the application home local library python site package API. You can see that's Flask app as you expected. All this error. You see now you can crash it by give it something, and then it tell you here the pin. I don't know. I don't have the pin, so we can just a pin. We don't have it, so we cool. So we can try other ones. So what else we can do? The config also can we can get the flag. Let's just do head -c as just 7 character. What's that name of our user? As what's the name of the user? So I can just do home. No, the name is the flag should be user.txt, and then we can try this. Let's try now this one. That's how the flags start with. So we can do now. Let's do the shell. Which one the shell that work for me? I used the eval one, so we can get the eval. Where is the eval? Because eval give me who I am, so we can use that one and just put that so we know it work. So and I just need to replace the who am I, so we can just get our shells, that the famous shell that we'll use, and my famous port. Let's do that. We have MSF, just leave it there for now. We don't need that one, so say nc minus lvmp 1234. Usually I tried the first one, didn't work. 10 10 10 41.103. This one didn't work. I tried the binary also to bash, because usually this thing doesn't work. Whenever this doesn't work, I always go to this ncbic remove. This one most of the time works, so you don't need to waste time for it. So if we take that one, I just need to remove to who am I, change that who am I just put that, and hopefully we can get, let's see if we get shell, and we got shell. Now let's go stabilize shell quickly with our famous compro that. So we have two ways to get shell. Control, let's do that. And then the last time the control way going up and down now. I thought to do the video tomorrow, but I'm just tired, so Control Z, compro that. Then we have clear ID. Now we can go to home, and only there are some as, and then we can say ls. Then we have head minus c 8, for example, user. That's the flag that starts, so you can get the flag ls minus la. Now it has bash history is null, cache, that's the shotboot, the config, profile, user. There's nothing special here, but remember we got remember when we said here, we said with RCE there. Now this thing, when it install in var library rabbit. So if you do that, now let's do a home minus LA, you can see something interesting here. Erlang cookie. So if I go cat now dot Erlang cookie, now we have there's no LA in the cat. So if you do that, we have the cookie room. That's my mistake when I was doing the cookie. I copied the whole thing. The cookies, it's only this, because this one is Israel. Remember the RCE is for the name is Erlang. So if I go now to that and say search Erlang, oh, it's fast today. So use 6, show options. Now we have listing. Let's start with the listing host, which is my IP 10.10.10.41.103. 10.10.10.10.10.10.10 set less, so 10.10.10.10. What else we need? We need the set cookie, set cookie remote host, city remote host is 10.10. What's that IP for that machine? 224.12, 224.12, and set cookie. Don't do mistake I did myself, because I copied the whole. Where is that cookie? This is the user, this is the cookie letter R. So you copy, the cookie is not the same, it changes when you do the machine, so you need to do it yourself. So now set cookie. Now we did everything, so we can just click run. Now when you do this, it means it's working. I forgot the common share session one open. For ID, no, look for ID. I'm Rabbitmq. Remember when we did this change? When you are in these Rabbit things, there's a command in rabbitmqctl. If you can say, if you tell him, for example, list users. You see what he said? He said only root and rabbitmq should run this command. So you can see here from here, but you can see you can't. So you need the so where we are now. So you need to look for this user. Now let's switch to shell. Okay, we are that shell now. So if I do now rabbitmqctl list users. What? What's the command? What did I type? RABBIMC. Wait, I don't know what did I type. See this error? List users. You see this error? It said cookie file must be accessed by the. Oh no, 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 no. Let's wait for it and we can talk about this. We just need change permission. Yes, let's see. ls minus la. I can just say change mode 600 .erlang cookie. If I do that and I say list users, no, it already give you the answer here. It said the password for root user is the SHA-256 hash value of rabbitmq root user password. And then the root is an administrator. Of course, we can check something else. What's the command again? Let me note. I forgot about them. Cluster status. Cluster status. And you can see the nodes, the name of the nodes, Rabbitforge, and 25.56, and all of that. So you can see the information already now. But the interesting part of us is the one that we did now, the one that said list users, because now we have the system. You start list users. This is interesting part. Now if we go to rabbitmq, there's a lot of commands there, and then if you go, even if you go to -h, there's a command, interesting command here. What's the name of that command again? Export definition. This is really export. I don't know, where is it now? I'm blind. Let's see. Monitor observability. I think it's down. Parameter clear, policy clear, virtual host, decode. Export definition in JSON or compressed Erlang term. Now the full command, it's, for example, where is it? You define the node. We know the node from the cluster status is rabbit, and then whatever the name you want to call it. So if we can do that, now if I do cut j.json, we get these funny things. It's a JSON file. Let's do this. Copy this so you can see it clearly. We can go back to the attack box. Where is our attack box? Let's call it from the JSON. Paste this there. and we can just use the JQ dot beautify root JSON. Now if we read this, the cluster, the value rabbit.forge, we have the user is root, task class, the version root, and then this is these two users strangely hashing argument rabbit password in SHA-256. Name the password of the root user is a SHA-256 hash value of rabbitmq router. And then it tell me a rabbit password hash administrator, uh, this one, rabbit password hashing SHA user is root. So this is the part. So you said the password of the root user is the SHA-256 hashed value of the rabbitmq. Now if you Google online, then you say credential password, this one is for rabbit, the command credential password credential value, custom credential password users authentication competitive password hashes, and then it's a diagram generate 32 bit Sultan example, prepend it to ATF8 representative desired, take the hash, I think it's 8 bytes or something if I understand it. I gave it to Grook AI and explained to me, and then convert to base 64, and then so if we reverse it, so take the hash, decode it, and then put reverse. So let's go back to here and let's do, where is that offline chef? So if I take this, if I want to reverse it, so I need to put that, let's say get to from base 64, and then I need to convert to hex. I need to remove the non-spaces, and then you said where is that thing again? Where is that salt things? Repair of the desired password of the test. This the result is why Grook said is 8 bytes. So basically you take 8 out, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and you left with that one. In theory that's the root password. So if I do no, not you will not allow me to do that. If I do su and put that password there, oh, IDM root, and of course I can just head minus c7 root, should be root to txt, and then we have it. So yeah, the good thing about now I have ChatGPT, you have all of them, so we can explain to you easily the reverse mechanism that happening here. So yeah, recap this room. What we can recap, we can yeah, I didn't use today we didn't use our friend burp, guys. We can, there's other maybe other walkthrough they use burp. So the idea is this one, the reason why it took long, because the entry point is not very famous. It's not common to have this in modern application. They will not, you don't trick them like that, because they will check the data. This is like an old, I don't think a new application can have these things. So we've been able to get that one, and then we can we read we able, oh no, let's try something. If we let me see something, I want to try something. What's this user, this as root here? Who are you? Rabbitmq. Let me try something. I want to try SSH minus R 25672 25672. Let's see if it might work for me. 1.0.0.1 to root to my machine, which is 10.10. I want to test why that port didn't work for me when I was playing with it. 103. Let's get a password that we have for the machine of TryHackMe password. I'm trying to do SSH tunnel. Did work me before. Let's see if it bed remote forward specification. Okay, let me put this password here so we can't copy it again. Okay, just 25672 root at 10.10.41.103. Okay, let's connect. Password is this one. Okay, so now if in theory, if my logic worked correctly, so we can just say localhost 25672. That's the port. Two five six seven two is not working. I did work it before. I don't know when this time. It's like it's not running the port, or they update the room, because this one's supposed to work for me. SSH 10143. So if I come to 25672 256 minus R reverse shell SSH minus R 25672 to, no, not to, I think connection was reset. It did work before, so for the sake of God. Any case, I thought to get the portal is not working. Let's not waste everybody time. I think that's the room. Hope guys you like it. I just used the browser this time, so I didn't want to use too much of things. If you have question, you can ask and comment. Yeah, thank you very much and have a good day.